Hello there, this is Usha Pandit, your Mindsprings English teacher. Today I've got you the second version of Revolutionary Grammar Language with Ease, Grade 5. Last time I did Grade 3 and you can go and take a look at that video. That was the introductory one. I did a very simple sentence. By Grade 5, children have moved on. So basically, to give you a quick review of what the revolutionary grammar is, it is based on the principle of frequency. So you do it 10 minutes orally every single day and your grammar becomes perfect. It's like magic. What does it do? It follows a lateral principle. Most of the grammar that we have done has been linear. So there is a forgetting cycle that makes you forget everything that you learnt, which is the reason why 90% of the people are poor in grammar. They simply do not even remember their parts of speech. They cannot identify pronouns and prepositions, gerunds and participles, and everything else is like completely out of question. So we need to change the way we teach and learn grammar, and that's what I have done with this book, Language with Ease, which is a series that goes from grade 1 to grade 7 now and possibly a grade 8 in the future. So I have done a sentence for you. I'm going to give you a demonstration of how this works. So every day students will punctuate and parse a single sentence on the board. It should not take long. So if you ask them to do it, they are going to punctuate it straight away. They will say Ramola is a name and therefore Ramola wore a green striped silk dress with a golden border to go to the party, and she looked very pretty. Now you've got said Rohan here, so we are going to put a full stop there. But when you have said Rohan, it automatically means that it's a direct speech. So we are going to put the speech marks there. This is something students will do. So you call a child, he runs up to the board and he does this for you. Or you ask them orally and they'll call out, they'll tell you what exactly to do and it's done. Now when you do this every single day, students know their speech marks, students know their commas, students know that before closing the speech mark there has to be a comma, a full stop, capital letters, all of it. It's revised on a daily basis. So this becomes very, very easy. The key is not to get into explanations. The key is to make sure it is simply done every single day. That simple layering makes sure that it works brilliantly. Now that we have punctuated it, we are asked to analyze this sentence. So we shall now look at the parsing. So then Ramola, if you call children and say pick out all the proper nouns, they'll pick out 1 and 2. There you are. So 2 proper nouns. Now I say pick out all the adjectives. So they're going to pick out ADJ, 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 there's another one. And is that an adjective? It's not. And they'll know because they're going to do very pretty, very bold, very good, very smart. They're going to do it so many times, they'll know that very is an adverb. So it's as simple as that. No great explanations, no tests, nothing. You just do it on a daily basis. You do it for 100 days and everybody knows that very is an adverb. It's as simple as that. Now you tell them to pick out the verbs and they'll pick out wore and then they'll scan through it. Now when they come to this word, they're not going to pick it out because from grade 2, they know that to go is not a verb. From grade 2. So the grade 2 student will tell you to go is not a verb. He doesn't know what it is, but he'll tell you it's not a verb. So they are not going to underline that, and then they'll go on and they'll find looked here, which is a verb, and then they will find said here, which is a verb. So see, we picked out the verbs. Now you can ask them what is wore, is it the past tense, future tense, change it to the past tense, change it to the present continuous. You can do this. And that's a lot of grammar getting done orally on a daily basis, right? So you've got that done. And then we come to the other words. Are there any articles? Oh yes, there are articles, miss. And here it is. That's an article. Here's this. That's an article. And that's it. Okay, wonderful. Oh, there's one. We missed that one out, didn't we? So that's an article. So we've got all our articles done. So are there any prepositions now? Oh yes, here's a preposition. So prep, and we go to to, and there's a prep. Now when it's to go, that's not a preposition, that's called an infinitive. When they are little, you don't tell them it's an infinitive, they just call it an imposter. An imposter is somebody who's disguised as someone else. So they just know it's not a verb and they'll tell you it's an imposter, which is absolutely fine. By the time they come to grade 5 or even 4, they know that the imposter, amongst the imposters, the to plus the verb is called an infinitive. They know that because they've done it so many times. So it's brilliant. So you've got to go, and then you've got to add the common nouns. So you've got a common noun there, you've got a common noun here, you've got a common noun here. So we are almost done. What is left? So we have now passed the sentence. You've got here this word, and what is it? It's a conjunction. So and is a conjunction. The pronouns, you've got she, and that's it. That's it. So we are almost done. We've got it all packed up beautifully in a matter of seconds. When students know most of this, they simply call it out. And if you don't want them to call it out, you can actually pick out the student and say, come on, you tell me, where are the pronouns? You tell me, what are the common nouns? They stand up and they tell you all the common nouns in the sentence. So you know that all your children in your class know their grammar. So this is what we do, right? This is done, and then we go to questions. So you don't finish with it, you go to the questions. So it says answer orally. We do not want grammar written in notebooks. There's enough writing that children are doing across the board. Grammar needs to be understood. It's the inner engineering of language. Children need to know what exactly these adverbs and adjectives, what do they do to the language? And how does it become powerful when we start using them? That is the purpose of grammar. Purpose of grammar is not to tell me something is an adverb, something is an adjective. Who cares? The important thing is how am I going to use it so that I can create an impact, so that I can influence people, so that I can be impressive. That is the reason why we should be doing grammar this way. So what do we say? We say change adjectives. So now they already know what the adjectives are. You got green, striped and silk. So what kind are they? That's a color, that's a pattern, and that's material. So I might say now change it to age, change it to quality, and change it to maybe another texture. So they'll say an old, tattered cotton dress. Something like that. Change it completely. Now this is where the vocabulary building starts. Now the minute I start saying tattered, checked, lacy, embroidered. What's happening? I'm building vocabulary. And if I go to the gold border there and I change the gold and I say I don't want color, I want a certain quality, then you can say an intricate border, or you can say a worked border. You can do lots of sophisticated vocabulary. So let's put intricate. an intricate border. Okay, and then do you have any other? You've got a party there. That's a common noun. So what shall we say for party? What adjective should we give party? So it was a exciting party. Or if you don't want the word exciting, you can think of more words. What I give you with this book, if you're doing it as a school, not if you're an individual, but if you're doing it as a whole school, as help for the teacher, you get a manual in which I will provide for you a lot of great words for a party. An exhilarating party, a fancy dress party. So parties can be of many types, isn't it? So therefore, a theme party. So your children are now picking up a whole bunch of adjectives which they would not pick up unless it came in your lesson in your book. So this is an opportunity to have a context and pick up a whole bunch of vocabulary. So you've got this. Now we say change or add adverbs. So does the verb have an adjective? An adverb? No. So how did she wear it? Or when did she wear it? Or so the manner, the time, and you can do maybe one more. So she carefully wore a green dress. She happily wore a green dress. She stylishly wore a green dress. So you got lots and lots of great adverbs coming in. She wore, let's see what other adverbs we can use, or you can say she confidently wore a green dress. See, you're getting vocabulary, you're getting great adverbs. If you just ask children to make adverbs, they wouldn't be able to make it. But when you start putting it in a context, it becomes fantastic. So you've got adverbs there, you've got another one, looked. So how did she look? She looked very pretty. Now you got very there, which is telling you more about pretty. So you can change that adverb to extremely pretty, to unbelievably pretty, incredibly pretty. All of these words are extra vocabulary for your children. So adverbs, how many clauses? You just count the verbs. There are 3 verbs and therefore there are 3 clauses. When you start with clauses, that's all you do. You don't ask them what is the clause, name the clause, none of it. Just mark the verbs and pull out how many clauses. So if there are 3 clauses, then later on you can ask them which is the main clause. Change to indirect speech. So there you are doing your indirect speech almost on a daily basis. They are going to become amazing at indirect speech. So Rohan said Ramola had worn a pink striped dress with a gold border to go to the party, and she had looked very pretty. So that's it, done. So your wore has become had worn and had looked, and you're done there. Indirect speech, just do it like that, do it quickly, do it every day, and you're done. You don't have an exercise in indirect speech and then you never touch it for another 3 months. That's not the way to do it. Now pick a phrase, what kind is it? So now you're looking at phrases which they have done for a long time. So you've got a green, this is a phrase, a dress. And what is this? This is a phrase, it's an adjectival phrase. If you have a dress, it's a noun phrase. If you take the dress out, it's an adjectival phrase. So 3 adjectives, 2 adjectives are an adjectival phrase. Now if I say with a gold border, it's starting with a preposition and therefore it's a prepositional phrase. If I say a large intricate gold border, large intricate gold is the adjectival phrase. A large intricate gold border is a noun phrase. If you do this every day, your children know. If you don't know these, go and check out my video on phrases and you will see all this happening in that video. So you've done that and then you come to change the infinitive. You got an infinitive here, to go. Change the infinitive to an ing word. Now let's see how we change that. Ramola wore a green dress with a gold border and I want to say going now. Okay, so I'm going to write there going. So what should I put before going? I can't say a gold border going to the party. Gold border is not going to the party. Ramola wore this. What should we say? For going to the party and she looked very pretty, said Rohan. So what word did you add? You added for, which is a preposition. So to go has changed to for going, right? Imagine doing so much grammar on a daily basis. And then they chant the verb. They take a verb and chant maybe a question. So you might say, if I ask you to change this into a question, what would you say? You would say, Rohan asked whether Ramola went to the party. So, or you can say, did Ramola go to the party? Did she look pretty? So, did she go? Did she look? That did she went? Did she looked? All these problems will go away. If you simply change this into a question on a daily basis with your language with ease. Why do you need a book to do this? You need it because the sentence need to be scaled. It's an extremely difficult thing for people to make up a sentence every single day. The book gives you 20 weeks and one every week, one day every week. So it goes week 1, this is day 3, you would have done day 1, day 2, and then you will do day 4 tomorrow and day 5 the next day. So you're continuously running it for almost 100 days. There's absolutely no way that any of this grammar will be missed by your class. And if they did, there's next year. There's grade 6 and there's grade 7 after that, where they learn new things, but these are going to be absolutely permanent, simply because it's been very casually repeated on a daily basis. So if you liked what you saw today, do write to us at orders@mindsprings.in and tell us that you're interested. If you're a school, we'll come and give you a demonstration, or we will Zoom and give you a demonstration if you're not in Mumbai. But do take this call. Do change over to a revolutionary way of grammar, permanent, vocabulary building, great for oral work, and your children will thank you for making that change. Do subscribe to my channel, press the bell notification, write your comments in the box below, visit our website. All the books are there available for you if you choose to buy them, and keep smiling till we meet again.